Okay, so what I want to try to do here is create a video showing anybody who might have to deal with this beast here in front of us how to turn it on and get it operating with the computer and the speakers. All right, so first things first, there is a switch in the back of this unit. It's not a switch, actually it's a little button, square button in the very back. That has to be turned on. And I turn that on first before I power up the speakers, so there's no discharge of power to the speakers and you'd get a pop. And because this is quite much more expensive than the computer, I like to actually have it on first. Better that it's on first for the computer, because the computer utilizes this as a sound card, basically. So when this is already pre-powered, when the computer comes on, it recognizes this as its sound card. So, first things first, depressing the power button in the very back. You might not be able to see it because I've got to get close. All right, so there the whole board came on. Everything's happy. And then I power up the speakers. So bear with me. I got to crawl under here to the power switch for the speakers. And now those are on. Have a subwoofer down below and the two monitors up on top here. Okay, so once I have happiness with the board, then it's time to fire up the computer. And also, in order to use the recording program, the computer requires this dongle. It's a little plastic USB e-licenser for Cubase, the recording software. So you have to have that in order for it to recognize Cubase. Okay, I power up the computer. And if all goes well, the monitors all come on, and we will hear the computer boot up through the monitor speakers. Yesterday I had to replace the video card. So anyway, looks like everything's happy so far. Doing a bit of an update here. All right, there you go. We have magic. So everything is happy, communicating well with each other. So you can check this. I don't know if you can see that up in there, but this little program right here is the control panel, which will tell you whether or not the board and the computer have synced. So click on that. And sure enough, it says in the status that they are locked. Sample rate 44.1 hertz, 32 channel in, 32 channel out, and 0 dropouts. That's a very good sign. You don't want dropouts. Okay, so in order to start utilizing this monster, you have to have the software running, and that is Cubase 11. That's right here. Something happened here. The following troubleshooting options. This is the first I've ever seen this. Of course, I'm doing a video. The application was terminated unexpectedly. Which is kind of weird. Maybe I turned it off before I shut down the program. Anyway, the following troubleshooting options are available. Deactivate all third-party plugins. This says use current program preferences. So that's what I'm going to do. Okay, and it looks like it booted up without any problem. So the last thing I was working on, oh, that's what it was. I remember now. The program actually crashed because I was playing with quite a few. Yes, the backup will be renamed. Okay, so that's what happened. The last time I had this open yesterday, I had all these things going and the program crashed. Luckily, it saved what I had going. I had some guitar work going and some virtual drums. And some vocals. Okay, so here I have a voice channel. So how this works is on your voice channel, you have to have an input. And what I have hooked up over here, I have this beautiful new microphone hooked up, and it is plugged into channel 1 on the board. I don't know if you can see that. I haven't really done a test of this. Anyway, you can hear what I'm saying. Channel 1 is the microphone. So with channel 1, you have to have the input set to mono in. Mono in is assumed number 1. Okay? So the voice, which is what I named the track, is coming in from the board from mono 1. Right now I have the volume turned way down. This microphone requires 48 volt power, and that's what this little switch is up here. This is the gain input for that channel. And if I wanted to hear voice, it would feedback if I turned it up. I would just move this slider up, and that would bring up the input over here. Now on this channel, you have to have this little speaker activated to hear what's coming from the board into the program. This little button here is a record function. So you can't record without that being depressed. So to record, I have to press this button